In the 6th century BC, Socrates, Plato, and numerous other Greek pioneers started a noble experiment called democracy. Their yearning for truth and their love of freedom led Greece and the world on a path of no return, a path toward excellence in all areas of human endeavor. But freedom was not free. The isolated city-states of Greece were soon threatened by invasion from the king of Persia. Though outnumbered nearly 10 to 1, the Greeks kept the Persian invaders from advancing into Europe, a victory which marked the beginning of the end for the tyranny of the Persian Empire. Several hundred years later, Roman swords conquered Europe and the Middle East, but Greek culture kept the soul of humanity alive through the harshness of Roman times and beyond into the Middle Ages. In the 19th century, after 500 years of oppression, Greece fought and won a bloody war of liberation to win its independence from the Ottoman Empire. But freedom still was not free. The independence of Greece was threatened by hard weather and drought, hard economic times, and vicious foreign powers. But these challenges made Greeks stronger. Some of these Greeks found their way to Canada. This is their story.
Ladies and gentlemen, good evening.
Ladies and gentlemen, success, as defined by Webster's dictionary, is the attainment of a preconceived goal. Tonight, we honor the living definition of success, a man who came from the rubble of post-war Greece to America as a boy full of dreams and aspirations. George Pappas swore that he would get to the top of the ladder, and ladies and gentlemen, he did, with the wit and charm and cunning of a 21st century fox. But a man is measured by his accomplishments. Best actor in 1959 and 1962. Executive producer for Happy Times, The 12 of Us, just to mention a few of George Pappas's accomplishments that have become part of our everyday lives. Ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, the man of the hour, George Pappas.
I'm going to go accept the award. You go and see if the American success story is finished in the can.
Hey, Nick. We both got off the boat with $10 in our pocket. And I turned mine into a billion-dollar corporation. And you turned yours into something more valuable. You could never learn the two skills essential for survival in the real world, Nick. Kicking ass and kissing ass. You'd be completely useless around here. And ultimately, completely necessary.
This is your secretary.
I just thought I should let you know that someone loaded your antique shotgun with live ammo.
But I took them out. Someone might have gotten hurt.
You're probably assessing your options right now, to be or not to be and all that.
John Wayne didn't do himself in when he found out he had cancer. Maybe treatments will give you another 20 years, too. Bet you didn't tell your son Jimmy about this either. Jimmy? Remember Jimmy?
He wants your love, not your money.
Catherine, my health is none of Jimmy's business. And for that matter, none of yours either. The last thing I want from Jimmy is for him to hang around here, following my footsteps.
Then phone Nick. Ask him for that favor.
The one he's been begging you for.
Did you tell him?
No, Nick has his own way of knowing when you need his help. And he hasn't been wrong yet.
Yeah, and he'll just forgive me for stepping all over him and everyone else in the family on my way to the top.
Ask him. You owe it to Jimmy.
Okay. Okay. I'll call him. Tomorrow.
Tonight.
Okay, tonight.
Good night, George.
Yeah,
George?
Catherine. I'll call him today.
Now.
Okay. Okay, Catherine. I'll call him now.
Papadopoulos garage. Yes. Hold on, I'll go get him. Nick! Phone call!
How many times I have to tell you? You stay behind fences. You jump over them. You do not run through them. Look, electric Band-Aid. I invented this model especially for you. But you always try crashing through fences. Figure. I'm coming. You're disturbing my organization. What?
Okay, but don't come to me if you find that lost cat underneath this pile of organization.
Excuse me. We are artists, not accountants. We are exist to improve the life of our fellow human beings, not to balance the books. Calopedy.
These bills are what? 3 months overdue?
Mm-hmm.
You know, even geniuses have to pay their bills, obey some of the rules.
There are no rules for the brave ones. Remember that. Yes? George?
Yeah. Hey, Nick! Nick! Great news about Jimmy!
My nephew, Dimitri?
Yeah. He's graduated with high honors and admission to graduate school at McGill, Harvard, and get this, MIT.
Yes, Sue, George, yes, Sue. I haven't seen him long time. I write him letters, but I know he's too busy living his own life to write letters about it.
Jimmy's got brains, looks, career prospects.
But are you proud of him, what he is?
I did a good job in training him. Too good.
What is this crap?
And there is something you want me to do.
Yeah. Now, Nick. He thinks he's heading for his annual $4,000 a month summer job. Sharpening a few pencils, doing some Xeroxing, sitting in on meetings, getting his name circulated. This year, he's heading for National Dream Productions, a.k.a. Papadopoulos Garage.
He's coming here? Dimitri's... Yes, Sue, George. Yes, Sue.
Nick, look. I need your word. to honor a few details. It's important, Hank. Your word.
For Dimitri, I help you.
Good, Hank. That's good. I'll get the secretary to courier the details to you. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
George? George? George!
The party of the first part is hereby cut off from his assets and his inheritance from me, the party of the second part, from the time he arrives at your garage for a 1-year period, by which time he is required to be a success, as determined by you, the party of the second part. Term 2. You are to keep Jimmy there as long as necessary, by whatever means possible. Your personal and professional expenses will be promptly reimbursed to you by my office.
You see this? His own flesh and blood, and he still talks like it is a legal transaction.
Scott, that's finito.
Term 3. You are strictly forbidden to tell Jimmy anything about his father's health condition and psychological state. The first noble act in George's life, and the stupidest. He's desperate to get to know his son finally, and he sends him away. George would rather have his son's anger than his pity. Is life where you come from is as crazy as life here in the world of shadows?
I suppose that you can't come and join us this time either.
I need your help with Dimitri.
You know the rules. Heaven watches.
And earth worse.
This land is a special place. Very special place.
And it is no accident that all these animals found a home here with you. No accident.
Why here? Why me?
You remember many years ago when you cried out to the sky, "The world is drowning. I want to give them a lifeboat."
And still, all they want to buy is more water. You offer them a lifeboat and they hang you.
What about Dimitri?
Dimitri will be all right. He will battle the hangman.
And come out both with his honor and with his neck intact. He has my father's heart and George's brain.
Look, I haven't got time for chit-chat. Is the mechanic around?
That's me. You're looking at her.
You. There's gotta be someone on here who knows what they're doing.
Relax. It's probably a coolant leak.
Hey, this is not a $200 tractor. You better know what you're doing.
Look, I know enough not to drive it with tires this low. Yep, about 4 pounds down.
So, this is Canada.
Our home and native land.
Great. Got a singing mechanic. She sings, she fixes cars. And she kind of looks like Janet Jackson. Hey, has anybody ever told you that?
Yeah, right. Actually, there was 2 guys yesterday who told me the same thing.
What do you think? Not bad, eh? Got it for graduation. I didn't even have to cheat too much to get it. Dear old dad was out making a film somewhere and couldn't make the ceremony. Oh well. No great loss. But enough about me. You ever thought about a career in acting? I scout for Papa's Productions. I bring talent to its natural destiny.
What a coincidence. My great-grandfather's a scout for Sitting Bull. Brought Custer into his natural destiny. The little bighorn.
Cute.
You know, this pony's low on air all around.
In your past lifetime, you must have been a horse doctor or something, right?
No, a horse.
That's like a joke, right?
If you want it to be.
Shirley MacLaine does live in Saskatchewan. Meanwhile, this cowboy's gonna get himself back to the real world. Where's this National Dream Productions anyways?
You're standing on it.
That's like another joke, right?
Yes, sir! Yes, sir!
Wait a second. No way. No, it can't be him.
Yes, you, Dimitri. Yes, you. Welcome. Welcome.
What's going on, Uncle Nick?
Dear Helena, Kleine.
Yeah, Aunt Helen's fine.
Dear Maria, Kleine.
Yes, Auntie Mary's fine too.
To Scholio, Kleine.
Yes, school is good. Hey, what you doing with my stuff?
And your father, how is he? I haven't seen him a long time. A long time.
Good. He's good too.
Good or Kala?
Kala.
Roberta, meet with my nephew.
Born and raised in America, and he never forgot his native tongue.
Roberta Roper, Dimitri Papadopoulos.
Jim Pappas.
My right-hand man.
Woman.
Handles ranches as good as any man 400 miles around.
Or woman.
I suppose only woman can fix Mr. Smith's fuel injection system.
A woman just did this morning.
You have to let women to believe that they have the power. Sometimes.
Because we are in control. Sometimes.
Let us hope for many more sometimes, eh?
Yeah, and she has a great sense of humor, too. Speaking of which, what is the punchline to my father's joke? Is he crazy? Eccentric? Or just more sadistic than usual?
Get into the house.
Hey, what about my car?
Get into the house.
But my car!
Nick, you pathetic dinosaur.
You are trespassing! It's not of your land!
You're right. It belongs to the Wilson Investment Network, of which I am development officer.
No! My father sweat blood for this land!
And the sensible part of your family got top dollar for it after he died.
I'll give you one more warning, then I'll...
You'll shoot? Your bark might have scared my salespeople, but I know there's no bite behind it.
You think so?
We can do this all day if you want. I've made you a very handsome offer. You can leave here now a very rich man, or wind up a very poor one, because I am going to get what I want, one way or the other. A lot of people don't have choices. You do. The world doesn't value nobility, Nick. But it does value cooperation.
No. No. No machinery will make my land bleed. No concrete will smother my earth.
Nick, your inventions, your animals don't belong here.
You don't belong here. You only bring trouble here.
And witnesses. Mr. Wong, I trust your accommodation was to your liking?
Very good.
The recreation center will go here, and over here, a 36-hole golf course exclusively for gentlemen such as yourself.
Those guys look like serious buyers.
This land are souls. They bleed when those people decide to cut themselves a profit. If I would have less conviction, I would have less troubles.
And less Kefi.
How you don't understand?
Tools are in your hands. Solutions in your head.
Hey, what's going on? Look, I just called home. My father's secretary said that I was cut off, my bank accounts, credit cards gone, and that I can't leave here until I finish some kind of mission? Look, you can't be that ticked.
The tools are in your hands. The solutions in your head.
That's it.
What's it?
That's brilliant. I didn't know you understood so much.
Understand what?
I just say things.
It's going to be fun.
What's gonna be fun?
Explain to my nephew the details.
Details? What details? Who are you talking to? What's going on? Somebody tell me what's going on!
In its time.
What is going on?
You can see for yourself, Mr. Wong. This is where you want to be. Your business will run as smoothly here as it does in your home office. And the local workforce will be happy to have the work. Nick, if you don't get out of here, I'll have you arrested.
Okay.
As I was saying, Mr. Wong.
Psst. I can't hear my Geiger counter.
A Geiger counter?
Yes, yeah. You see, I have a radium photon detector coupled to a semi-integrated circuit, which is linked to a square wave pulse mini oscillator, you know? And I have some Datsun parts in it too. The experts complained about the top secret atomic experiments here in the 50s. Then they complained about the toxin waste disposal in the 60s. They told us we will have birth defects, cancer, and mental disorder.
Mr. Wong, this is a golden opportunity.
I tell you something. More radioactivity, more toxin, the berries just taste better. I think I take some home in my head. Oh my God, it's always happened with me. No. Oh, Miss Wilson, would you like some berries?
No.
Miss Wilson, recently you spent so much time here that I think I have to test you for radioactivity.
Mr. Wong, this is not the way our company normally does business.
We will be in touch.
So what you're saying is if I can fix my car, I can get out of here, right?
Of course.
And you consider me a big success if I can fix my car?
If your car is fixed, we will talk about success.
So tell me something. Why did you tear all these pages out of this manual?
Because the manual was wrong.
It's wrong. Then what manual am I supposed to use?
What you write yourself. With this and with this. You have so much freedom in North America, and you use so little of it. But here, you learn much more than how to build a car.
You actually know people in all these places?
Prisoners of conscience, tortured, imprisoned, because they say what's in their hearts. In countries where they deny them the basic freedoms that we have here.
Must have a hell of a postage bill.
Here it is. The first course. Tiropites, black olives, the best.
Where's the volume control on that thing?
It's right here, like this. A feast to the ears. This is Derbasakis's best. The fire, the passion, the commitment. The tones evolve into 1,000 human emotions.
I got some real tapes in the car.
In 1967, young men like you were inspired by the music of Derbasakis. Inspired to fight the junta that snatched the control of the government. They tried to sterilize the Greek spirit, the freest spirit in the world. They even imprisoned Derbasakis himself. But they couldn't kill his music. They couldn't kill us. Of course, the American reporters send back happy tourist pictures. But I keep what really happened right here.
So what you're saying is the young guys fought the bad guys. What about old guys like you?
I did what I could.
Yeah, that's right. I remember you said you were some kind of hero. So what'd you do?
I did what I could.
Now we eat.
Uncle Nick, maybe I could talk my father into giving you some money. You know, you could be comfortable and even go out to the coast.
It's too comfortable out on the coast. But here is Kefi.
Yeah, that's what my father started talking about right before he decided to stop talking to me altogether.
Kefi. It makes a small man battle the gods of Olympus themselves. And that small man always wins, even if the whole world says he has lost.
What did my father say to you on the phone? Right after he refused to talk to me? Or did he just have his secretary do his talking for him again? You aren't going to tell me the real reason why I'm here either, are you? Sometimes I just wish my father would drop dead and do us all a favor.
Come on! Ow! Oh, damn! Stupid wrench. Tell me I can't fix my car. I'll show you, stupid old man. Where's Roberta?
Hey, Roberta! Wait a minute!
What are you looking at?
Nothing and everything. Sometimes I come out here and I think about what it must have been like for my great-grandmother, my great-grandfather, where they lived, what they did, who they loved. This place is as close as I'll ever get to what they had. At least here there's still the eagle, the deer, the coyote. You know, everywhere else they're gone. At least here they're still alive. Because it's so quiet out here.
Yeah. It's quiet. It is sort of louder out here, isn't it? Must have been something when the whole prairie was alive.
You don't get it, do you? It is alive. These stones are alive.
What, the rocks?
To you, they're just rocks. I mean, they're meaningless and useless to you because you can't make a profit from it. But to us, the old ones tell us that they're part of creation. And simply because they are, they're alive.
Why?
You gotta see beyond these words that I'm saying. You gotta feel the meaning behind them.
Show me.
You ever notice how everything in nature is built with curves and cycles? The plants, the trees, the seasons. But your world is built with squares. You see, power in your world comes from making others feel small and useless. The more people you humiliate, the more powerful you are. There's always somebody on top, and there's always somebody on the bottom. Everything in our world is based on a circle. This is why when we put up our teepees, we put them in a circle. Each family has a place within that circle. Everyone belongs. No one first, no one last. No judgments, just connections.
Can I ask you something?
Sure.
Do you actually believe that?
Yeah, on a good day.
Under the terms of this agreement, the Wilson Investment Network acquires the entire 360 acres of the property bordered by Highway 22, rural routes 5 and 6, and the area designated as Morgan's Creek, at the price of $200 an acre. The highest market value that land has had in the last 10 years is $150 an acre. Maybe next time you'll leave business to people who know what they're doing and you stick to farming.
You know, if you'd spent any amount of time out here with us at all, you'd know I'm a rancher and not a farmer.
You were a rancher.
Why do people like you always like to do your dirty work in nice, clean environments like this?
It's the best price you're going to get.
I'm not going to sell you that land today. I'm not going to sell you that land tomorrow. Not at any price. Never.
You're 10 days away from foreclosure.
How do you know that? That's confidential information.
I have a feeling your foreclosure's going through the courts in record time.
You can't buy us.
I already have. Johnson, Grabowski, the Hildebrand Ranch, and that swamp that was going to be a Canada Geese Wildlife Preserve.
Our grandfathers homesteaded this land.
And they were men enough to know how to hold on to it.
I need a little more time to work this out.
You've got a whole 10 days.
Dimitri, you'll catch him next time. Let him to come to you. Let him to come to you. Is this Siegfried? He was a good old horse.
And he's a happy young horse in our world.
Not yet. I still have work to do here first.
You fought a long time here in the world of shadows. Come with me to a place where you don't have to fight.
I still have to finish here first.
It's time for you to come with me. It's been decided. You're ready to move on?
No, you don't decide. I decide when I am ready.
Nick, it is time.
Done.
Nick! Come back, Nick!
I can't help you. I can't help you.
Now, who in the hell is that?
Old man, this land doesn't belong to you. It belongs to somebody else. It's not yours.
It's mine. I have my right to protect it. A right one day I will pass on to you.
What are you talking about rights? What if I don't want this right? And who are you to tell me what I should be or what I should care about? Look, either you start giving me some real reasons for all this, or I walk. Fine. Goodbye, Uncle Nick.
This was your grandfather's land. This was the home quarter. We built the house up here. Our nearest neighbor was more than 10 miles away, but we never felt lonely. My father needed to work in Greece 5 years to own a donkey. Here he was a horse wrangler. He broke horses, but not their spirits. He was the best in the country. Then, times became harder, very hard. But we never sold the land. A house can burn up, can be destroyed, but the land is always there. You can survive when you own the land. It should have been yours. It had been sold for profit, for greed.
Sold? Who sold it?
My brother, George. You go into the house. I need to ride.
Are you sure you're gonna be okay?
Nee.
Okay.
In local news, yet another construction site was destroyed by the now legendary Lone Horseman. The horseman has not been identified, but his actions reflect an increasingly community resentment for the multinational Wilson Investment Network. Property damage is now well into 6 figures, but surprisingly, no one's been hurt. He's apparently going to all lengths to avoid any chance of inflicting personal injury to either construction workers or Wilson Investment Network supervisors. When asked about this modern-day Lone Ranger, Carla Wilson, Western representative of the Wilson Investment Network, replied,
The Wilson Investment Network will not be intimidated by acts of lunatic vandalism.
In other news, city police continue their investigation into a brutal rape and murder in the West Side. Homicide investigators vowed to leave no stone unturned in their massive manhunt. Weather details are coming up next.
Don't worry, Bill. Doesn't matter what they say on the TV and the radio. Doesn't matter. We will hold what is ours. We are a community.
Right, Nick?
Yeah, like you and me. I fix up your trucks when they are broken. You give me hay for my animals when they are hungry. We are helping each other, huh? Keep the taxman out of our business. Honorable man doesn't need laws, rules, not even bloody money.
Half the world's starving to death because they ain't got enough money.
They are starving because they ain't got enough Kefi.
Nick, it isn't that simple anymore.
Of course it is. Look, the villages in Africa, in South America, they used to be able to feed themselves. Then someone from the city sells a color TV to some of the villagers. Yeah. And soon, the villagers' dreams are replaced with TV dreams. The food crops are replaced with cash crops. Crops, they are no good for anything except to bring in money.
It's really not that simple.
And then, the price of the cash crops only goes down. Nothing more grows in the village except the villager's death. Right? That the villagers think that the only thing to do is to get jobs in the city. Jobs that do not exist. And so, the dreams are gone. And where is Kefi? But a man has no dreams. You understand what I'm saying? You understand?
I understand.
We do not abandon our lands. I give my word. You give me yours?
Nick, I sold my place today. I had to. The mortgage payments were going to finish me. The bank was going to foreclose. This way I can start over again somewhere further up north before the frontier vanishes up there, too.
Hello, Nick.
Hi, James.
Nick, I did it for my kids.
Your children. Your children. That's exactly why you should stay.
Nick, we've been friends for a long time.
Nick.
Good luck, buddy.
Okay, Nick, that's it. All right, you're out of here.
We are a community.
No.
We are a community.
That's too bad.
Yeah, no.
That's too bad.
We are a community.
That's too bad, Nick.
We are a community. We are a community. We are a community. We are a community.
You're not eccentric. You're crazy.
Get inside the house. Get inside the house. Malaka.
He wants to be crucified. I don't. Not yet, anyway. He's gonna get himself killed fighting for a dream world. A world that exists only in his own head. It doesn't exist for me. Even though I wish that it did.
Police Department, Sergeant Stanton.
I want to report a crime. I want to report a crime.
Where do we go now?
Probably somewhere else. Now. The mortals call us angels. We go where we're told.
What about them? And them? And them?
We can't change what's supposed to happen.
Even if what's happening is wrong? Even for the sake of one man who tried? Who committed himself to something? And another who almost did?
The world is supposed to be a place for suffering. It always has been. And it always will be. Besides, it'll be soon time to shut the door on this place, now that there's no one on the other side to keep it open.
It could have been another shining time, with people not busy building fences around themselves. Do you remember the Great Plains when the Indians first got horses? The special ones that ran away from the European ships in the army forts. 1969, Woodstock, a lot of laughter and a lot of commitment.
A good start. A promising generation. But a disappointing finish.
I suppose it'll be a shining time somewhere else, some other time, or some other generation.
That ought to get you where you're going.
I got him a good lawyer.
Right.
I just came from the courthouse. Nick's in big trouble.
What happened?
Tried to break out of the courtroom today. They got him in jail now under psychiatric evaluation. They got him all pumped up on drugs.
5 minutes.
Look, I'm sorry. I never thought it would come to this. Look, I'm going to get you out of this. I will. I swear I will. Somehow, I promise I'll get you out of this.
If I could only remember how the song goes, then everything will be all right.
Don't worry about that now. I promise I will make things right.
Who are you? If I could only remember how it goes. Da, da, da. If you could sing with me, maybe I could remember. Da, 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 la, 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 la. La 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 la
Here, sir.
Sit down, Mr. Pappas. I hope you realize that you're in serious trouble, even if you are an American citizen.
What's gonna happen to my uncle?
We are not talking about your uncle. We're talking about you.
Look, if you put me on the stand, I'll deny my uncle told me anything. I'll swear that he was fixing cars all day.
That would be perjury, Mr. Pappas. You could be headed for a lengthy prison term.
But my uncle would be free.
Yes. take your uncle home.
What's going on here?
Your uncle has friends in high places.
Who are you?
Come on, let's get Nick. Then we're out of here.
Uncle Nick, do you want me to ride down to the creek with you?
No, you go and talk to Roberta. There may not be much time to visit this land. But you are young. You need to be together. I'm old. I need to be alone.
Well, if you're sure, then... Okay.
It is time. It is time.
The battle is not over. I have not won yet.
The battle never ends. The generals come and go.
What's this? A record of kickbacks? Paid by Carla Wilson to a whole lot of important people. That's how the Wilson Investment Network got control of this valley. The media, they're gonna eat this up. Uncle Nick! Uncle Nick! Uncle Nick! Wait! Uncle Nick!
It's a longer road than I thought.
Uncle Nick! Where are you going? Uncle Nick! Where are you going?
It would be easier to go back.
That's why we must go on.
Uncle Nick! Uncle Nick! Uncle Nick, where are you? Uncle Nick!
Yes, Sue. Yes, Sue.